Valley. Couple of brothers, it looks like, in the front row. We've got Lance McIntyre and Glenn McIntyre. Loose head prop in the hooker. Tight head prop, Sitivini Tupo. Lock, Sione Toa. Connor McVeary. Oh, there's a name I remember. He's a bit of a handful, that Connor McVeary. Laulea Mau, he's the blindside flanker. Fred K. Fotofili, he's the open side flanker. Number 8, Matty Axtons. Halfback, Ben Bonnar, and he's a man who's been around for a while, especially in the Thames Valley jersey. Regan Crosland out at first 5. Kieran Lee on the left wing. Danny Kays and Sam McCann in the midfield. And Harry Lafituanai, who's another handful. I remember that name. A bit of a tongue twister, but I can remember he's a handful when he gets the ball in space. And Jason Lorich, he'll be the fullback. Having a look at the reserves today, we've got Kieran Rummage, Sergio De La Fuente, Keegan Lewis, Ryan Leopold, Cole Berridge, Logan Mitchell, and Bobby Motuliki. And the referee today is Angus Maybe. Having a look at your Ngāti Porou players today, and there's a couple of changes to the team that went out earlier. Layman Davies comes into loose head prop. Perrin Manuel moves to hooker. Peter Bishop starts at number 3 today. Scott Lazenby comes off the bench where he was originally named to join Adam Ross again in the middle row. Blindside flanker and captain Hone Haerewa. Trent Prophet on the open side, and Mitchell Croswell at number 8. Hamweda Baker back at number 9. Chris Richardson at first 5. Left wing today, Epeli Lotawa. And back in the midfield, you have Tawhao Stewart and Zach Guilford. William Martin has been replaced on the right wing by Billy Manuel, aka Billy Cuddles. The boys told me to get that one in there. And of course, Verdon Bartlett, the veteran at fullback. On the bench, Daniel Newberry, John Brown, Anton King, Hoani Timwana, Sammy Parks, William Martin, and of course, Benny Haerewa. So just waiting for the teams to come out here at the Paeroa domain. Don't forget, whānau, if you're watching via Facebook, let us know where you're watching from. It's always a buzz to see where the whānau can hook up with the coverage. Good to see a few Ngātis here earlier today too. Caught up with Dick and Tan Milner on their house bus. Good to see the old Ngāti Porou coming out the woodwork to come and support the boys in Sky Blue. And so just waiting for the teams to come out here. As I can see, the Thames Valley, what is it? The Pokihao o te Repo. I think that's what the Swamp Fox leading the boys out. And it'll be Thames Valley making their way out first today onto the Paeroa domain. They've had a close win there against Wanganui last week after, I think, an early loss in the season to Poverty Bay. Close loss to Poverty Bay. So not far away from kick-off here as we wait for Ngāti Porou East Coast to make their way out. Our phone is still shaking around. We'll try and keep it as still as possible. And I can't, I have to apologise. When I get a bit excited, it might start shaking around. And if we've got any Thames Valley supporters tuning in, I apologise for the blue tint on the commentary. As Hone Haerewa leads his team out here at the Paeroa domain. Ngāti Porou East Coast will lay down the wero, the haka. And we're not far away here from kick-off. Good performance from the boys last week. Showed that they do have the potential to take on these top teams. So they'll be working on probably their finishing. Just ball security. There was a couple of loose balls last week that let them down. So looking for a big game from the boys today. I've just dropped my team sheets there, so sorry while the camera goes off screen and I pick up the team sheet again. Just waiting for the haka here from Ngāti Porou East Coast. We've got 2 games going on here, so you may hear the crowd in the background. There's 2 games back-to-back on the fields here at Paeroa. And I'm not sure if the radio can pick up the haka, so we won't. We'll have to chime in over the top because I get a growling when there's dead air going out over the radio. Ngāti Porou East Coast just telling them that they've turned up here onto the battleground, turning up to fight. not fight, just play hard. And you may have heard that little beep in the background. I was just getting a growling there from the studio saying they can hear the haka, telling me to shut up. About to get underway here, and it'll be Chris Richardson going to get us started for Ngāti Pro. Ngāti Pro playing, as I look at the field, from right to left. Referee maybe about to get us underway. It's looking for a big game here from the boys in sky blue. Referee just has a word to the Chris Richardson. He spins around, he kicks off here to the left to Epeli Lotawa. Lotawa goes high, it bounces back. It's going to be picked up here by, no, it's a little bit messy. Referee's got a little knock on in there by Thames Valley. So switch of play there, and those of you who know Epeli on the left wing, Epeli very good at the kickoffs. He's got a big jump on him. I've often said, why don't they throw him in the lineouts? Tall boy. Probably about 6'3", 6'4", Epeli. Out of the Counties Union. First scrum. 10 metres inside Thames Valley territory. About 7 metres in from the near side of touch. Haerewa Baker just waiting for the referee's call there. He doesn't like it. Blows the scrum up. And wait for the scrum to set again. It's the first scrum here early on. We've just kicked off. There's a little knock on in there from Thames Valley. Referee calls the scrum in. And we wait for Haerewa Baker. Ball in. Pressure coming from Thames Valley. Mitchell Croswell has it at the back. Out to Haerewa Baker. Long pass out to Richardson. Gives it to Guildford on the crash. He's taken in a good tackle in the midfield. Ngāti Pro. Quick hands from Baker out to Haerewa. Haerewa takes it into contact. Might have been turned over here. What's the referee say? It has been. It didn't look like there was a release in there. Referee's just got a penalty there for not releasing. Tackle player not releasing. Be the first five, Regan Crosland. Looking for the touch across on the grandstand side of the field. He sends play straight down in front of the grandstand here at the Paeroa domain. About 7 metres inside Ngāti Pro East Coast territory. First line out coming. Glenn McIntyre to throw. It's taken high. It's down to Bonnar. Bonnar gives it out now to Crosland. They set it up in the midfield through through Danny Hayes. Quick hands. They work it again through Crosland. He takes it into contact. 14 metres inside Ngāti Pro territory. Quick hands back out to the midfield. Forward standing out there in the midfield. Quick hands again from Bonnar. He finds a centre, that's McCann. Quick hands down that left wing. There you go. The big boy, that's Sitivini Tupo. 5 metres out from the line. Thames Valley hard on the attack out to Crosland. Sorry, now it comes to Crosland. He gives it across to the big number 4. The defence gets up though. It looked like they ran into his own player there. Referee says play on. Thames Valley, 15 out. There goes for the dummy there. Bonnar, he's taken by Bartlett. Thames Valley working it in front of the post here. They're 10 out in front of the post. They're driving looks like they've driven a play away without the ball. There's a touchy incident. There's a penalty. Way back across. Looks like no advantage. They're going right back across, 5 metres out from the Ngāti Pro East Coast corner flag. Penalty there. Referee must have been playing advantage. Long advantage. And it's not looking good. We've got Trent Prophet down in the corner. Referee will blow time off here. Just looking at the time. 3 minutes gone, no score. Coverage kindly brought to you by the Ngāti Pro Iwi Collective. And we send their mihi, their thanks out to all of those involved in the All Blacks visit. All of those who helped make it a very successful trip, and it's not good. Looks like Trent Prophet could be leaving the field. He is. Going to be an early replacement here for Ngāti Pro East Coast. Looks like a knee injury. Trent, he's not happy. I wish him a speedy recovery. Hoani Te Moana. He comes on to replace him. So let's hope, well, it's obviously bad enough for Trent to leave the field. He's a trooper. He's a machine on the paddock. So unfortunately there, first reserve change there, injury change, Wani Moana on for Trent Prophet. Scrum down now, referee blows time back on. It's in the back, the scrum's twisting, referee's got advantage here, and it's no advantage, referee will blow the penalty again. I think that's wheeling the scrum, that penalty. So 5 metres out, 5 metres in from touch. They've got a penalty. That's right where the scrum was. They call a scrum again. Bonnar will feed the scrum. Their backs are lined out right out to this near side of the field. And it looks like we might get a bit of rain again. I'm getting a bit worried. Might have to rig up my my umbrella. Just going to get my umbrella ready anyway. Bonnar keeps the ball in the back of the scrum as Thames Valley push it. Okay, for Tawhao, it comes out, and Bonnar there with the first points for Thames Valley. Big scrum there from Thames Valley. Bonnar with the first points, so that'll be 5-0. And the clouds are coming over, so we're just going to make sure we got our umbrella ready to go. Because it's looks like we're going to get wet as this game works its way further into the match. So Bonnar with the first points there. Just looking at the watch, just after 5 minutes gone. Thames Valley, of course, last year's champions, Meads Cup champions. Big win, no, not a big win, it was a close win over Wanganui, but a good win. Wanganui, one of the top teams, of course, in the competition. Crosland lines it up. And it's not a good kick, he didn't strike it well. The score remains 5-0. First try there to Bonnar, 5-0. Richardson comes back to get us started again. And you can feel that rain is going to come, Whānau, as he sends it right across there. It's taken by one of the forward. Oh, and he loses it forward. It looked like he lost it forward. Referee says play on. Thames Valley with the ball. Put the little chip in. And it's a bad bounce. It's bouncing nicely for Thames Valley though. And it's lost forward there by the number 12. Referee's got a penalty. Must be playing the ball on the ground there after he lost it forward. It's a penalty here, about 1.5 metres inside Ngāi side of halfway. Chris Richardson will look for the far side there, grandstand side of touch. He pushes play past the 10 metre, about 13 metres inside Thames Valley's territory. And it's starting to get dark here. The sun was out beaming down on us before. I don't want to be doing the rush to get undercover. And it's a bad throw. It's being tapped back on the Thames Valley side. Bonnar goes right back into his 22 to tidy that up. He's got blue jerseys all over him. His support gets there though. They bring it out to the forwards. Bonnar's back on his feet now. He sends it deep to his first 5, Crosland, who looks for the safety of the sideline from deep in his 22. Manuel's underneath it. Field's a difficult one. Gives it out now to Bartlett. Bartlett across to Epeli, Lotawa. He's got a wall of yellow jerseys in front of him. Baker having a look back now to Guildford. Guildford heading across to their far side of the field. Gives it up to Manuel. Manuel takes it down just shy of the halfway line. Baker now out to Davies. Davies on the charge. He hits it over the halfway line. Baker looking for a ball. Back to Guildford on the blind side. Out to Croswell. Croswell takes it to deck. Hamwe to Baker looking for the ball again. He's got Lazenby on the charge. He's hitting a good tackle. Quick ball here for Baker. Richardson now out at first 5. Sends it out now to Stewart. Stewart takes on the line. Still going as Stewart. Oh, he nearly got through there. Takes it down on the halfway. Baker looking for the ball. He plucks it out now. He's got Juani Temoana with him. Oh, and it's a little knock on there by Guildford. There's a bit of pushing and shoving going. Probably a bit of mouthing going on there when Zach lost the ball. Referee just having a word with both players there. Those teams just calm down. It'll be a scrum. I'm not too sure whose ball here. Thames Valley knock on, sorry. It was knocked on there by Zach Guildford. Unlucky there. This Thames Valley, good defensive line. They're up quickly. East Coast might just have to use this wind. They do have the advantage of a wind here, blowing straight from their backs. Thames Valley set deep. Let's hope the rain stays away. That's all we want. We don't mind if it's overcast, as long as the rain stays away. Bonnar. Comes out now to Bonnar. Bonnar out to Crosland. Crosland gives it across to McCann. Left winger there involved, puts a little chip in. And it's going to be picked up there by Bartlett, right on his touch line, on his try line. Vernon Bartlett setting it up, trying to bring it out now as goes deep back to Guildford. Guildford looks for the sideline. It's a good clearing kick there from Zach Guildford as he puts play up towards the 22. Right on the Ngāti Pro East Coast 22 on this near side of the park. Score 5-0. Thames Valley with an early try. Thames Valley ball here, McIntyre to throw. Full line out called. I've got a bit of wind here, Whānau. Apologise, it's not straight. It's come down on Ngāti Pro East Coast side. It's a little knock on in there too. Referee playing advantage. Goes out wide now to Richardson. Richardson, now they use the wind. Fullback's back there though, right on the halfway line. That's Lorich. Oh, he slips on the 10 metre. He slips again. He sets it up now as Thames Valley. Bonnar plucks it out. He looks for the blind. The winger there gets away from Billy Manuel. It's bouncing badly. It's gone back to halfway, but now they straighten it up through the forwards. Thames Valley. Crosswell in there. Referee says play on. Good steal there from Mitchell Crosswell. Baker plucks it out now to Guildford. No one at the back there. Guildford puts it downfield. Number 14's back there for is that Lafituanai? He doesn't look like a It's a clearing kick there. They find the touchline just inside their 22. Bit of pressure coming there from Ngāti Pro. Zach Guildford with a good kick there. And Lafituanai able to find touch there for Thames Valley. 5-0 Thames Valley lead. It's Ngāti Pro with the throw, and it's been knocked down there to Bonnar on the Thames Valley side. He brings it through the forward pack. Quick pick and go here from the forwards, and they get it away now to the big number 4. He sets it up midway 10 metre 22. Thames Valley with the ball. Bonnar out to Crosland. Crosland looking in the back play here for some space. Vernon Bartlett gets across there and takes a good ball on his own 10 metre line. Little chip. Crosland's there though. He steps, he gets away, gets a nice pass back infield to McCann. Bonnar looking for the ball. Right on the halfway line. Bonnar sends it out wide. It's the number 8 there that sets it up. Extons. Bonnar again looking for a forward out wide. Oh, it's a nice bounce pass up to the number 4 there. Tawhao. He gets it away to the number 5 looking for a runner. Lafituanai in space down the left wing. Some good play there from Thames Valley. They put another 5-pointer on. The space just started to open up down that left wing, and you may have heard me before kick-off talking about that winger, Lafituanai. He's got some wheels. 10-0. 13 minutes gone. 10-0. Actually, it might be a bit more than 13 minutes. Oh, just trying to work out if my clock is wrong or the scoreboard clock is wrong. as Crosland will line this up. And we just got sprinkled by a bit of a shower. Let's hope it disappears. Crosland, he's about 7 or 8 metres in from that grandstand side of the field. The wind has dropped as he lines this up. 10-0 with the kick to come. He strikes it. Does he have the accuracy? No. Not having much luck today. Well, he's only had 2 kicks. No luck so far. Score will remain 10-0. Lafituanai featured there. He saved them right back in the 22. Got back there to stop that East Coast move into the 22. And then he finished that last runoff down the sideline with some gas. So Chris Richardson looking to get us underway again. It's high and out to that grandstand side of the field. Taken again by the number 6, I think it was. Mo. Bonnar looking for the ball. Little box kick coming from the halfback. Baker underneath it. 5 metres inside his own half. He gets Lafituanai at the same time as the ball. Takes it well there, Baker. Oh, Lazenby hit hard as he picked the ball up. Ngāti Porou get back there now and support. Haerewa playing halfback. Out to Guildford. Guildford long pass out wide. It's come out to Stewart. Stewart sends it out now. Here's Guildford, sorry. Guildford out on the left wing, right wing. He steps past one. Still going is Zach Guildford. Fights to get to the ground now. Baker's there. He's got Perrin Manuel at first receiver. Manuel flies into the defence. Baker looking for the ball now. Plucks it out. Gives it up to Davies. Davies gets past the first one. Still going Lehman. Baker looking for the ball now. Complaining at the referee there. Oh, referee's got a penalty. That player didn't look on his feet. You must be able to lie on the player and look like you're on your feet. Support just not getting there quick enough, says the referee. This penalty here, about 5 metres inside Ngāti Porou side of halfway. And Crosland will look for this near side of touch. Sends it down towards the 22, into the 22. $10-0 if you just joined us. Coverage kindly brought to you by our Ngāti Porou Iwi Collective, Pākehiro Farms, Ngāti Porou Forest, Ngāti Porou Fishery, Ngāti Porou Mere, Te Runanga Nui o Ngāti Porou. McIntyre with the throw. They go to the back and it's taken cleanly at the back though. Quick ball out to the number 5. McVeary, he goes for a run, sets it up about 10 out from the line. Bonnar gives it up to Mo. And it's a bad pass there from Bonnar, but it's picked up by Crosland. And the referee's got a high tackle in there by Adam Ross. I think if that fellow had stood up, he would have got him around the hips. Yeah, it's only a tackle because he's a short fella. If he had stood up a bit higher, it would have been around the hips. Here we go, scrum down, about 7 out, well, might be a bit more. About 9 or 10 out from Ngāti Porou East Coast line. 10-0, Thames Valley. 2 tries to none so far. Waiting for the scrum to set here. Bonnar, he's got a bit of a blind should he want to use it. They're going to try for the push over here. It's breaking up. Referee's got advantage. And Bonnar, he's got pressure on. Oh, Crosland does well to pick that up. Right in front of the post. Referee's going to say no advantage. He's going to come back for the penalty. Thames Valley will go for another scrum here, I think. They just showed that they've got the weight advantage. Pressure at scrum time coming here for Ngāti Porou. Don't forget, whānau, tell us where you're watching from. Remember, we see some fellas sometimes in Singapore, some across in Chicago, and then the one that cracks me up is when they're right here at the game watching it on the phone. Here we go, scrum down. 5 metres out. Solid scrum this time. Thames Valley trying to get it going. Bonnar, he's going to use it. Looking for a runner here. Oh, what a big run there by Danny Hayes. He gets through under the post. Danny Kays, sorry, not Hayes. Kays, what a strong run there. He came from a long way back. Unfortunately there, Chris Richardson, he's got weight advantage on our little first wife. And just couldn't stop that big run there. So 15-0 with the kick to come. This one here should be pretty straightforward for Crosland. Right out in front, as I'm grateful the sun comes back out here. Strong run there in the midfield from Danny Kays. As Crosland should make quick work of that one. Puts it through, and it'll push the score out to 17-0. Nice play there, just having a talk. Game is starting to slip away quite early. Just having a word amongst themselves. It's Chris Richardson, he'll come back to get this game restarted. Yeah, the big second five coming at him. He's going to kick off to that grandstand side. No, he's not. He comes back to Epeli Lotawa's side. It's taken there by the left wing and gives it back across to the fullback. That's Lorich. He goes for a run, sets it up midway, 10 metre, 22 inside his own territory. Goes back deep now. Thames Valley back by their 22 now. They've still got control here. And send it deep to Crosland. Crosland looks downfield. I've got Mitchell Croswell back here on the 10 metre line. He takes it cleanly. Mitchell Croswell puts it high down the sideline. Lorich back there in his 22. Takes a nice catch there. There's the fullback over the shoulder. Sends a long pass across to Lafituanai. He steps up the middle. Still going is Tuanai. Still Lafituanai. He's taken in a good tackle by Stewart. Gets a nice pass away. Good hands here from Thames Valley up over the halfway. They give it back infield. It's the big number 6. Racing away from about 40 metres out. Laulea Mo. He gets a runaway there from about 40 out. Thames Valley just able to find supporting players at will. Strong run there, set up by the left-hand winger, Lafituanai. He broke through the defence. He broke a couple of tackles right back on the 22. And then, as much as you don't want to say it when you're a Ngāti Pro East Coast supporter, great hands from Thames Valley. And as I said, they just seem to find supporting players at will. Too many of them, in fact. There was about 3 of them there that could have ran away with their ball. Pushes the score out to 22-0. Not a problem there with the kick from Crosland. Scored 24-0. 21 minutes gone. Coverage kindly brought to you by the Iwi Collective. Big mihi to our Iwi Collective. We can't bring you these games, whānau, so when you see some of those Iwi agencies around, say thank you. Walk up to them and mihi to them. Without their funding, we wouldn't be here bringing you the game, keeping you connected. Richardson gets us underway again. He kicks towards Epeli Lotawa. Oh, he just loses that forward. Would have been interesting if he caught it. Referee playing advantage here. It's been kicked forward, no advantage. Epeli Lotawa, I think he thought it wasn't going to get to him. By the time he realised it was going to him, he just knocked it on. So it'll be a scrum down here, about 3-4 metres outside Thames Valley's 22. About 8 metres in from this near side of touch. Bonnar looking to feed the scrum. He's got it at the back now. Sends it deep across to his second 5. Sorry, that's Lafituanai. He hits it up in the middle. As Bonnar sends it high. Coming down near the halfway as Epeli Lotawa takes it. He gets past 1, gets past 2. He takes it down on the 10 metre line. Quick hands out to Haerewa now. Haerewa takes it into contact. Right on the 10 metre line. Nice bro looking to recycle it. Baker out to Richardson. Richardson sends it out to Guildford. He tries to tap it on. It's gone forward. Referee plays advantage. Thames Valley turn it over. Put the little chip through. Stewart back there to tidy up. Referee saying no advantage, so advantage over. Night Pro get back here. Baker looking for the ball. Referee's got a penalty. He's found his right arm. This penalty here just inside Night Pro East Coast, or just outside, sorry, outside the 22. About 5 metres in from that grandstand side of touch. Richardson sends it down towards the 10-metre line. This one here about 8 metres inside, still inside Night Pro territory. Right down in front of the grandstand here at the Paeroa domain. Thames, sorry, Night Pro East Coast. They get one down through Haerewa out to Baker. Baker out to Richardson. Richardson, he's got Hoani Temoana. He flies into the defence. Still going is Temoana with a great run over the halfway. He hasn't got support with him. They get there now. Tawhao Stewart, quick hands out to Bartlett. Bartlett back in field to Ross. Looking for the ball. Baker plucks it out. He gives it across to Crosswell. Mitchell Croswell hits it up midway 10-metre 22 inside Thames Valley territory. Baker looking for the ball. Out to Richardson. Richardson gives it up to Davies. Davies out to Guilford. Guilford throws the dummy. Guilford through the middle. Still stepping. Back inside to Baker. Into the 22. Up to Temoana again. No, that's Lazenby, I think. Quick hands from Baker out to Guilford. Guilford sends it wide out to Perrin Manuel on the wing. Ngāti Pro here. About 10 out from the line. Manuel playing halfback, up to Baker. Ooh, quick defence there from Thames Valley as Temoana gets smothered by yellow jerseys. Back here to Manuel. Manuel hits it up just outside the 22. Baker brings it back across to Adam Ross. Adam Ross out now to Tawhao Stewart. Stewart goes for a run. There's advantage here from the referee. Referee playing advantage. He's got no advantage. Penalty here to Ngāti Pro. Quick tap taken by Mitchell Croswell. Croswell looking for a runner. Haerewa loses it forward, I think. Thames Valley with the ball here. And it's Crosland looking for the... He's kicked it right back to halfway. Bartlett's back there. Bartlett gets a good bounce. Sends it back infield to Lotawa. Lotawa goes for a run. He's got no support with him though. He does well to fight with the opposition till his support gets there. Baker, he's got advantage here, says the referee. Pressure all over him. Referee will come back. No advantage. Look like no release in there. Yeah, he agrees with me. Number 6 all over him, not releasing. So we're going to get a growling here, whānau, as I try to get away from the crowd noise and walk out onto the sideline. I'm going to get run over by a touchy soon. And so Chris Richardson, he'll look for touchdown this near side. Sends it down to the 22. Just outside the 22. A couple of metres. It'll be a Perrin Manuel to throw. Short line out. They drop a couple of forwards. Drop a couple of forwards here. Perrin Manuel, short line out. Let's hope the wind is not coming through the mic too much, whānau, as I can hear it picking up here. Croswell at the front, brings it down to Baker. Baker with a long pass out to Richardson. Richardson, he has a look. He's got, he sets up a hospital pass for Temoana. Finally done well to hold on to that. Pick and go here from Adam Ross, I think it is. Pick and go again by Epeli Lotawa getting in there. Ngāti Pro still got control here. Baker having a look at his options. He's got Guilford out to the far side. Guilford has a step. He's taken... Referee gets hit by the ball there. It'll be a scrum, Ngāti Pro ball. A strong defensive line here from Thames Valley. It's hard to crack. Scrum down. Referee there just getting in the way of that back flick there from Zach Guilford. And it might be an option here to skip Zach because they're all flying at him. It's like they're all wanting to smash him. Might be easier to just skip him. Use him as a dummy runner. Until they start watching the other players. But anyway, here we go. Scrum down. Humway to Baker. Midfield scrum. Split back line. Solid scrum here as they come out to this near side to Richardson. He gives it out to Guilford. Guilford goes for a run. He's got Lotawa with him. Lotawa steps back infield, gives it back to Guilford. Guilford into the 22, back to Richardson. Richardson down the sideline, Vasa, ball back into Stewart. Good running there from Ngāti Paeroa. They get their first points on the board through Tawhao. Stewart worked well down this near sideline with Zach Guilford, Epeli, Lotawa, Chris Richardson, and then the final supporting run there by Tawhao Stewart. Ngāti Paeroa get their first 5-pointer. 24-5 with the kick to come. "28 minutes gone in this first half. Waiting for the tee here. Oh, Swamp Fox trying to get on my camera. His head's too big. Got in the way. As we wait for the tee to come out. Be Chris Richardson 15 metres in from the sideline, right on the 22. Looking to add the extra points. Get a good look down at his attempt here as we're standing, well, not quite right behind him, but if you're watching on Facebook, you get a good look down the barrel of the camera. Ngāti Paeroa East Coast, good work there, get their first points on the board. 24-0. Thames Valley have opened a good lead here through some strong running. Some great support play. And just popping up at the right time. As Richardson, oh, and he's pushed that out a bit too far. I think he was allowing for the wind. And the wind didn't do its job. Score will remain 24-5. And it'll be Thames Valley coming back for the restart. About 10 minutes to go in this first half.
You didn't work that scrum, Valley. You let him have it.
And Crosland gets us back underway. Sends it deep. Haerewa calling for it back on the 22. He takes it. Hone Haerewa sends it across to Guilford. Guilford's going to use the big right foot. He looks down. He puts a big kick down towards the 22. He's got it end over end. What a great touch finder there from Zach Guilford. From deep in his 22. Quick hands there from Lorich back infield. Oh, they Lafituanai. There's not many yellow jerseys back there, but they slowly get there. Just outside their 22 here. Counter out coming. Bonnar's got the ball. They're going to have to work it out of the 22 here through the forwards. Bonnar, it's been lost forward. Little knock on in there. Could have been an intercept. Just coming off Scotty Lazenby's hands there. Beautiful kick from Zach Guilford from deep inside his 22 to find touch. But quick throw in there from Lorich. We're now waiting for a scrum, but we've got an injury here to Layman Davies. Referee will stop time. There's about 9 minutes to go before half time. Ngāti Paeroa East Coast, they're starting to warm up now. It's taken half an hour. And of course later on today, I think it's 2:30, kick-off there for the All Blacks. And of course we mihi to all of those who were involved in the successful All Blacks visit to Ngāti Paeroa. All Blacks turned up on a Friday afternoon, stayed overnight. We were taken up the mountain Hikurangi in the morning to watch the sunrise. They were back in Gisborne on a plane by 12 o'clock. And so big mihi to everyone involved that made that trip a successful visit for our manuhiri, the Te Kapa Opango. 24-5, referee about to get us back underway here. Scrum down, Thames Valley ball right on their 22. Not sure if this is in or out, whether they can kick it out on the full. Bonnar gives it to Crosland. Crosland brings it up. They go for a kick now. Sent downfield. Bartlett in good position back by his 10-metre line. Vernon Bartlett go for a run. He puts it high. It's going to come down just outside the 22 as Lorich takes it. He sends it across to Crosland. Crosland with a long pass out to Lafituanai. He puts a little chip kick in behind. Richards getting there. Richardson, sorry. Oh, and it's a little knock on by Richardson. Just a bad bounce, and he looked up to have a look at the opposition, and it's just a little knock on there. Unlucky for Chris. The game's starting to open up now. You're starting to see more little chip kicks going in. Scrum down 9 metres inside Knights Pro territory. 15 in from that grandstand side of the field. As Bonnar and his backs are all out to the... No, he's got Lafituanai, danger man, lurking right down in front of the grandstand. Bonnar comes out now to Crosland. Crosland sends it across to Kays. Sorry, that's McCann. He's caught in the midfield, but he gets the ball away. Danny Kays there. Thames Valley got control of this 8 metres inside Knights Pro territory. They go back to their forwards. It's the big number 5, McVeary. He's held up in the midfield. They have to release him as he gets his knees to the ground. Bonnar there, he's gets the ball away. Comes out to McVeary. Sorry, a little knock on coming from the number 7. Number 7, Kate Futofili. Little knock on there. It'll be Knights Pro East Coast scrum feed. 5 metres in from this near side of touch. As we work our way towards half time. Yeah, I don't want to get run over by this touchy on the sideline, so I'll make sure we're not in his way.
Have a crack at them, Valley.
As scrum down.
Let them get good ball.
Baker waiting for the referee to call.
Have a crack at them. That's it.
Baker plucks it out now. He sends it across to Richardson. Richardson got Tawhao Stewart. Backdoor to Richardson. It's a little laboured. They set it up though. Still got possession here as Baker has a look at his options. He's got his forwards with him now as it goes to Haerewa. Haerewa hits it into the defence. He's got support with him. Baker goes back to the far side there. It goes out to Bartlett. Bartlett to Guildford. Guildford puts the boot to it. And he'll get a little kept in field there by Lorich. Lorich sends it across now to the left winger. Left winger go for a run and Lotawa gets him. Thames Valley over the top of this. Referee says play on. It might have been turned over here. I think it has. Baker with a little box kick in. There's no one at home. There's a race coming. It'll beat them all over the sideline. Good turnover there from Ngāti Pro East Coast. And about 5 minutes to go before half time. 24-5. Thames Valley with the lead. Full line out coming here. McIntyre about to throw. Glenn McIntyre. They go to the middle, and it's not straight. It's come down on Knights Pro East Coast side as Baker gives it out to Richardson. Richardson sends it wide to Guildford. Guildford steps back infield, looking for support. He's got Baker. Baker's got yellow jerseys in front of him, though. Oh, that player went straight off his feet. Referee's got advantage there. We'll go back for a penalty. I think that was the number 8 just killing the ball there, straight off his feet. They try and march it forward here. Referee's going to say no advantage. He's going to go back for the penalty. And straight off his feet. There's the signal. Didn't even make an attempt to stay on his feet. And quick tap taken. It goes out to Guildford. Guildford's got a runner with him. He's got Haerewa. Haerewa has a go. Haerewa. He beats them. He goes around behind the line. What a great run there from the captain. It didn't look like it was on. He had a wall of yellow jerseys in front of him, mainly the forwards. And we all know how Haerewa likes to run the ball. He is able to step through a couple of weak tackles there. Puts another 5-pointer on the board for Ngāti Pro. 24-10 with the kick to come. Quick tap taken there from Chris Richardson. Quick hands out to Haerewa, and he did the rest. We'll be hearing about that one for a while. Well, it's whānau will anyway. Chris Richardson lining it up. We know Hans, he'll be back saying to his whānau, did you see that one? As Richardson, he looks like he's about 13 metres in from that grandstand side of the field. Right on the 22 as we count down towards half time here. My watch says about 3 minutes to go. As Chris Richardson lines it up, he's got the wind coming from directly behind him. He strikes it. Unluckily there, it just stays outside the post. Score remains 24-10. after that great run there from Hone Haerewa. And Crosland comes back to get us restarted. He sends it high and deep. Haerewa, the try scorer, takes it, sends it back out to Guildford. Guildford sends it wider out to Bartlett. Bartlett out to Croswell. Croswell goes for a run down the sideline. He's got Manuel with him. He breaks through. He's come back in field to Bartlett. Bartlett back in field. Oh, and a little knock on there by Perrin Manuel. It was starting to open up there. Quick hands. Dangerous play when they throw that ball across the face of their post, but well done. Play just not going the hand there for Perrin Manuel. It'll be a scrum down 9 metres inside Knights Pro East Coast territory. About 15 in front of the grandstand side of touch. Bonnar, it's popped out the back. He gets it quickly though, gets it out to Crosland. Crosland on the cut now with the big boy in the midfield. It's Case. They set it up again, comes out to Crosland. Crosland to Lorich. Lorich goes for a run. He gets a little flick away to the left winger. And it just beats them over touch. There's a little bit of pushing and pulling of jerseys there. He's lucky he didn't get penalised. It'll be a Ngāti Pro East Coast throw-in. And I'm talking about the blue jersey pulling the yellow jersey there. I thought the touchy was going to call it. So we're not far away from half-time here, whānau. Defensive line out here for Ngāti Pro. Right on their 22, just outside actually. Perrin Manuel to feed the line out. So we try and shelter our mic from the wind, whānau. I apologise. Perrin Manuel. They go high. Haerewa takes it. Comes down now out wide to Stewart. Stewart's going to step back infield and take it into contact. Strong defence there from Thames Valley. Baker having a look at his options, sends it deep back to Richardson. Richardson's going to look for the sideline and it's going to find touch safely. And referee's going to say that's half time. Half time here at the Paeroa Domain. Thames Valley leading Ngāti Pro East Coast 24-10. We'll be back. The radio will cut off, but the live stream will stay on until we come back at half time. Kia ora whānau. Here comes the boys in sky blue.
Now being right here at the Paeroa Domain. They do come to that way as well. 5th of October, 2:30.
As we welcome back whānau to Paeroa Domain for the second half here. Kindly brought to you by the Ngāti Pro Iwi Collective, of course, Pakihiro Farms, Ngāti Pro Forest, Ngāti Pro Fisheries, Ngāti Pro Mere, Ngāti Pro Holdings, Holcoat, Toitu Ngāti Pro. Ngāti Pro have sponsored this game, so when you see some of those entities around, their support, we would not be here and bringing you this coverage. As Thames Valley come out now, about to get underway in the second half. Ngāti Pro there fighting back in the latter stages of that second half, put a couple of tries on the board. And I can't pick up any changes, although there is one man out there for Thames Valley with no number on. So I'm not sure if that's a change, whānau. It's about to get underway here. Referee maybe. That's a horrible sound in the background, isn't it? Referee signals time on. Crosland gets us underway, kicks off to the grandstand side of the touch, and Haerewa, it's been knocked on by Thames Valley though. The knock on both ways. It'll be a Ngāti Pro East Coast scrum. The wind there just playing havoc with the ball. And Thames Valley hand getting to that and knocking it on. Let's have a look. That man with no number, is that a substitution? I'm not sure. He's a prop. I think that's Lance McIntyre. As scrum down here, about 15 metres inside Ngāti Pro's side of halfway. Sammy Park's on. There's a change. Sammy Parks is on at halfback. Quick hands out here to Richardson. Puts a little chip in. Comes back infield to Guildford. Guildford to Lotawa. Lotawa puts the wheels on. Does he have the wheels? We've been waiting for it. What a start to the second half there for Ngāti Pro East Coast. Great run there from Zach Guildford to set it up. He put Epeli Lotawa into space. And those of you that know Epeli would be wanting him to see the ball in space to show you the wheels he's got. Great start to the second half there for Ngāti Pro East Coast. 5 point up. About a minute gone in their first half. And you'll get a good look at Chris Richardson here. He's about 8 metres in from this near side of touch. If you're watching on Facebook, you won't be able to see him if you're listening on the radio, of course. And we'll try and keep our mic as windproof as possible as Chris Richardson lines this up. He's right on the 22. And he comes in now. Oh, and the wind just pushes it out. He's not having a good day with the boots, is our man. We all know he can kick. He's not having a good day today. Score remains 24-15. As Thames Valley through Crosland will get us back underway. Crosland sends it deep. He might have sent it too far. He has. It's out on the full. Thames Valley not having the start they want. Ngāti Pro certainly are. That's the sort of mistakes you want. Not when you're a coach, but it is when you're the opposition. So apology to any Thames Valley viewers out there that are watching via the Facebook. Apologies, it's got my blue shades on. They're tinted blue, sky blue. So the whole commentary is tinted blue. So we'll get that disclosure out of the way as we wait for the scrum to go down. If I was the Thames Valley supporter, it might be tinted yellow, but here we go. Scrum down. Sammy Parks feeds the scrum. Solid scrum here for the Coast. They look to the blind. They've got Bartlett out wide. Bartlett puts a little chip in. He's got Billy Manuel down the sideline and bounces up nicely for Lorich, though. He finds space at the back, so that one backfired pretty quickly on us. Lorich there with a kick deep down towards the 22. Little chip kick there from Vernon Bartlett, just going a bit too far. And lucky bounce there for Lorich, the fullback for Thames Valley. 24-15. And it'll be Perrin Manuel to throw. And Haerewa takes it cleanly. He sets it up, comes back now to Parks. Parks looks down the sideline. He's in his 22. Gets a... Oh, he was outside his 22, says the touchy. No. The touchy there. Ooh, home touchy, eh? The referee overrules him. Trying to punish us and take us back to the 22 for out on the full. Referee says no. He was happy where Vernon Bartlett was situated. So this line out here, right on the, just inside Ngāti Pro 10 metre, instead of back at the halfway where the touchy wanted to go. It's McIntyre to throw. They go high and it's taken cleanly. Comes down now to Bonnar. Bonnar out to Danny Kays with a big run up the middle. Bonnar digging in for the ball. He brings it out now to Crosland again. Crosland's got his left winger with him. He steps back in, gets past Richardson, but loses the ball forward. Tawhao Stewart gets back there and tidies it up. Referee playing advantage here for Ngāti Pro. Sammy Parks now digs it out now. He gives it to Bartlett. Bartlett across to Stewart. No, that's Manuel. Billy Manuel. He sets it up. Pressure coming, counter-ruck coming. And it's sent downfield by Sammy Parks. They let it bounce. It's the number 6, Mo. He goes for a run. Gives it across to Lorich. Lorich up towards the 10 metre. He's got Lafituanai with him. Lafituanai, the speedster. Oh, he gets past Guildford. He gets past Timoana, but he gets hammered by Lotawa. Little knock on, was it? Referee says play on. Referee's playing advantage here to Thames Valley. It's a penalty. Offside, says the referee. I thought it was a knock on in there by Yellow Hand. I was wanting it to be a knock on by a yellow hand, but penalty there against Ngāti Pro East Coast. Good start in the second half here for Ngāti Pro. Although Thames Valley starting to find their feet now. Or shall we say paws? They're foxes, aren't they? They found their paws. Here we go. Kick down into the 22. This one here, about 5 metres inside Ngāti Pro East Coast 22. Attacking line out here for Thames Valley. I've got to ask, how do you get a name like Swamp Foxes? There's no foxes in New Zealand. And I thought that's a bit of a... I didn't think foxes would like swamps. Anyway, wait for this injury here. Or is it a boot? Someone's just tying up their laces. I think it's the halfback Bonnar. Referee stops time. 6 minutes gone. 24-15. Thames Valley lead Ngāti Pro. In the second half here, kindly brought to you by the Ngāti Pro Iwi Collective. Big mihi to our Ngāti Pro agencies, and there's a change. Benny Haerewa on for Billy Manuel. Benny Haerewa out to the right wing. Line out coming. Thames Valley attacking line out just outside, just inside Ngāti Pro. No, yeah, just inside the 22. They go high at the front of the line out. That didn't look 5. Referee says play on. He was right there. Bonnar gets out to Crosland. Crosland has a go himself. He's swamping a heap of blue jerseys. He sets it up though. Bonnar having a look. He gets it out to his number 8. That's Axton's. They set it up right out in front of the post now. Bonnar having a look at his options. He sends it across to... There's a bit of obstruction in the midfield. Referee says play on. Bonnar back to Crosland. Crosland, there's a change. There's a number 16 out there. That's Rummage. Thames Valley still got the ball. They bring it across to Axton. Axton to... and Crosland is smashed in a tackle there by Hone Haerewa. Little knock on. He didn't see that tackle coming. He's complaining to the ref that it was knocked down. It wasn't knocked down. You just got smashed in the tackle. And that'll be a Ngāti Pro East Coast scrum feed. First 5 there having a word to the referee. Thought it was a deliberate knockdown. The referee says no. You were hit hard in the tackle and you lost the ball forward. Good tackle there by Hans. Hone Haerewa. Ball in. Sammy Parks. Good scrum here from Ngāti Pro, and it pops out. It's gotten messy. It's towed through by Bonnar, but a nice bounce up for Richardson. Gets it out now to Guildford. Guildford puts it along the ground, up over the halfway. Our left winger out there gets a good bounce. That's Lee. He gives it up to Lorich. Lorich go for a run. Haerewa gets him. He gets it away, though, to the new 16, Rummage. They set it up just on their own side of halfway. Quick hands from Crosland. He wanted to pass that one out now to Lafituanai. He gets a good ball away down the sideline. Thames Valley building pressure here. Bonnar back infield to Crosland. Crosland, they get the big boy. That's Tupou. Bonnar back to Crosland now. They keep working. Crosland go for a little run. Oh, what a beautiful back flick to Mo. Mo to Lafituanai. Oh, he'll race away. Parks, he just can't get him. What a pass there from, I think that was Bonnar, the halfback. Little back flick there. Created space, and from there it was a simple drawn pass. And Lafituanai just showing there the clean pair of heels he showed in the first half. Thames Valley, they'll push it out to 29-15 with the kick to come, which should be pretty straightforward. Crosland, he's having a water. He will need one after the wind got knocked out of him. Lines it up. Straight out in front. He shouldn't miss this. We'll give it to him if he does. Straight between the posts. Tangi te poro. Bullseye. There's our kupu o te rā. Tangi. Bullseye. Straight down the middle. And it'll push the lead out Good flick pass there. You got to acknowledge it. As much as I don't like it, you got to acknowledge that skill there from the, I think it was the halfback, Bonnar. Beautiful flick to put his flanker away, and just that last drawn pass. As Knights Pro East Coast go quickly. Adam Ross gets out there, he takes it. Oh, what a beautiful run there from Adam Ross off the kickoff. Sets it up just outside Thames Valley's 22. Parksy looking for the ball. Oh, that looked offside. They play on as it comes out to Richardson, to Stewart. Stewart gives it out to Croswell. Croswell has a go himself. He's looking for a runner. Still going is Mitchell Croswell. He gets stopped just here on the sideline. Sammy Parks having a look at his options. Takes it back across to Richardson. They look really up offside, does the Thames Valley team at every breakdown. Touchy's not calling it. Neither is the ref. Sammy Parks goes for a break up the sideline, up the middle, sorry. Richardson having to come in and play halfback. Gives it out to Guildford. Quick hands across to Stewart. Knights Pro East Coast still got possession here. They've been pushed back midway, 10 metre 22. Comes out to Tim Wana now. He looks like they was hit high. Parks out to Bishop. Bishop has a run. Gives it back to Bartlett. Getting a bit helter-skelter here. We've still got possession though. Parks comes back now to this near side to Richards. Out to Guildford. Guildford long pass to... Oh, great hands there. Oh, referee calls it forward. Little flick on there by Mitchell Croswell. Referee says it's gone forward. Ngāti Porou not getting the old rub of the green here. These Thames Valley look offside at every ruck. They're up pretty fast. You have to ask the question. 31-15, they lead. Referee stops time. Adam Ross there just down in the background. Referee will call time off. You can see on the coverage, Whānau, they're up hard offside. They're right on that offside line. They're not getting called by the touchy. The referee is not getting any assistance. We're just waiting here for the restart as Adam Ross gets back to his feet. Referee calls back time on. 12.5 minutes gone in the second half. Big mihi to our iwi collective, kindly bringing you this coverage. Early game today. Of course, the All Blacks kick off, I think it's 2:30. Good luck to the couple Opango. And we wait for the scrum to go down. Thames Valley scrum. After that tap on the ruled forward there. Good scrum, and it pops out the back. It's messy, but Bonnar tidies it up. He gives it across to Crosland now. Crosland to Danny Kays up the middle. He takes it down. 5 out from the halfway. Quick hands again to Crosland. Crosland out to Laurich. Laurich looking for his left winger. Lee in space down the sideline. He steps back infield. Bartlett gets him. He gets back to his feet though. Thames Valley with the ball. Referee's got a penalty here. Who was that on their feet fighting for the ball? Looks like Vernon. And that kick there, that penalty, push it down the sideline up towards the halfway, just into Thames Valley's side of that halfway line. And it'll be a full line out here as all of the forwards head towards the line out. 31-15. They go high towards the back. Haerewa takes it cleanly. Comes down now to Parks. Parks sends it out to Richardson. He's looking for a runner. He has to set it up in the midfield. It might have been turned over here. It has. Mo with the quick turnover. Gives it up now to Tawhao. He's hit hard by Croswell. Haerewa gets in there to make the tackle. No, he slips off Crosland. It might have been ripped off him. Referee's got an advantage here as they kick it downfield. Haerewa back there. Benny Haerewa racing right back into the in goal. I think he'll place this for a 22 dropout. Referee was playing advantage. He deemed advantage over. Big hit in the midfield there by Mitchell Croswell on the big man Tawhao. Zach Guildford there just got the ball in his hand. He's just having a look at his options now. He gives it to Chris Richardson. Richardson has a little look, puts a little chip in. The chasers are not there though. It's going to bounce. It's going to come down nicely for Kays. Kays gives it out to the big number 4. He hits it up the middle. McVeary Sets it up now as Bonnar pulls it out. Back to Kays. Kays looking for a run out wide. No, he takes it into contact. Nearly knocked on there by Bonnar. Gives it back to McVeary. McVeary pushing off 1-2. He's still going. Takes it down about 15 out from the line. Comes back to the near side to Crosland. Crosland go for a run. Slips. Tries the little flick again. Gets it tidied up here by one of the forwards. We've got players in front of our coverage here. Back to Crosland. Crosland into the midfield. A juggle there by the big man, but he holds it up. Bonnar digging for the ball about 15 out from Ngāti Porou's line. They give it to Tupou. Tupou charges forward. Tries to shake off Zach Guilford. He hangs on around the ankles. Bonnar out quickly to McCann. He's hitting a solid tackle. They come back to Tupou. Tupou stepping. The big man, he's taken down 10 out in front of the post. They pick and go off the back. Still got control here, Thames Valley, right in front of the post. Advantage. No, referee's just saying get onside. Bonnar having a look at his options. He's got the number 8 with him. They try to drive straight over the line. Pick and go again. Near the line. What's the referee say? They're short. Right on the line. Referee's going to say held up, I think. Some desperate defence there from Ngāti Porou East Coast. Is a discussion going to go on? Is he going to have a word with the touchy to see if their try was scored? No, there's an injured player down. So Ngāti Porou have an injured player down under the post. I thought there was going to be a discussion about the try as Anton King comes on for Ngāti Porou East Coast. Thames Valley ring the changes. They've got number 22 coming on. It's Motuliki. Bonnar gets a rest at number 9. I think that number 20's come on. It's Berridge. And here comes Daniel Newbley. Who's Daniel? Daniel replacing Peter Bishop. Lazenby's come off, Scotty Lazenby. And he must have been replaced by Anton King, who'll go to number 8. Hoani Temoana will move into the lock. Mitchell Croswell will swatch to the side. And got about 17 minutes gone in the second half, coming up to 18. 31-15, referee not happy with that scrum. They'll set it again. And Thames Valley on attack here. As the sun's come out again, then it's turning into a beautiful day. Not so beautiful when the clouds come over. Attacking scrum, midfield scrum, more or less right in front of Ngāti Porou East Coast posts, about 15 out. Might be a bit less. Berridge about to feed the scrum. He's got it at the back there. He breaks off. They break off the back now, and it's stopped there by the referee's got a penalty. And I think there was early release from the flankers, disengaging from the scrum early. They'll call another scrum here. This is just going to eat up the time. So we tick over 19 minutes. This coverage kindly brought to you by our iwi agencies. Of course, they mihi out to everyone that was involved from all the kura. Everyone involved in that All Blacks visit. All the kura that turned up at the pōhiri. All of those who supplied vehicles to take our visitors up the mountain. Berridge now, scrum down. Shunt coming from the coast. It's at the back for Berridge though. He comes to this near side. He's got runners with him. He sends it wide out to Lafituanai, who loses it, and it goes between his legs over the sideline. It'll be a Ngāti Porou East Coast line-out throw. Long pass there, just bouncing awkwardly for the danger man on the wing. Not able to pick it up. And this line-out here, it's about 7 or 8 out from the Ngāti Porou corner flag. They go high and it's messy but tidied up at the back by Hoani Temoana. Sammy Parks having a look at his options. He comes blind. He goes himself, does Parksy. Gets it away to Epeli Lotawa. Lotawa down the sideline, up towards the 10-metre line. Midway 10-metre 22. Goes back infield now to Richardson. He sends it wide out to Anton King. He gets his first touch. Takes a couple of yellow jerseys with him. Sammy Parks sends it out to Richardson. Quick hands out to Guildford. He sends it wide out to Benny Haerewa. Steps back infield. He's taken by Motuliki across there. They set it up. Comes back infield to Parks at first receiver. He gives it up to Newbley. Newbley sets it up. Pressure here as it comes out now to Guildford. Quick hands out to Croswell. Croswell sends it wide. Oh, they try to tap it on. And it's gone out over the sideline. It's an exact replay of what Thames Valley did in this quarter only a couple of minutes ago. If it had gone to hand, though, Epeli Lotawa was in space. Defensive line out here, so they give an attacking opportunity to Thames Valley. They go high at the front. They set up the drive. They go down the sideline here. Perrin Manuel's digging in there on defense. They're right on the line. They're gone out, says the touchy. The flag comes up. It'll be a 5-metre line out. Ngāti Pro East Coast ball. It's number 18 here. Keegan Lewis looks like he's getting his ticket to come on for Thames Valley. Keegan Lewis, number 18. He's going to the blind side and replacing Mo. That's Laulea Mo coming off. Defensive line out here is Perrin Manuel. They go high to Croswell at the front. Croswell down to Parks. Parks has a go through the middle. The support gets there. They're over the top now, looking to recycle this. Who's playing halfback? They send it back to Guildford. Oh, he has to juggle it. Guildford steps slow. He gets past one. Still going as Zach comes back to the support of his forwards. Does well there. Sammy Parks, and it hangs up in the wind. Lafituanai underneath it. Sends it back across to Lorich. Lorich across to the new man, Motuliki. Motuliki going for a run. He sets it up in the midfield. Quick hands there from Case to Lafituanai. They set it up right on the 22. Back from Berridge to the new... Oh, that's Lee. Sorry, that's K Futafili, the number 7. Berridge with a quick pass out. Oh, and they lose it forward. Referee's got advantage here to Ngāti Pro. Out to Bartlett. Bartlett going for a run. He's been swamped by a few yellow jerseys. Referee will say no advantage. He'll come back for the scrum. 31-15. No change to that score. 23 minutes gone. Looks like Verdon Bartlett down. Just receiving some treatment. Adam Ross. It's been a fast-paced game. These boys will be feeling it. Verdon Bartlett gets back to his feet. So does Adam Ross. We could see a couple of changes coming here soon. A couple of boys in blue get told to go and warm up. So we've got a stoppage in play here. Just waiting for referee to come back and get us back underway. 31-15. Coverage kindly brought to you by the Ngāti Pro Iwi Collective, who sent a big mihi out to everyone involved in the All Blacks visit last weekend. And we can't thank everyone who was involved, all those behind the scenes, those who helped out with vehicles. What a great occasion for our manuhiri. So some of you won't know what I'm talking about. So last weekend, Ngāti Pro were privileged to have the All Blacks visit Ngāti Pro. They turned up on a Friday, and we're not talking one or two, we're talking the whole team, bar Aaron Smith and Ryan Crotty. Aaron Smith had just had a new baby, and Ryan Crotty was playing for Canterbury. So the whole team, 50 of them, plus, or 30-something players, plus all of their support staff, turned up in Ngāti Pro, and we're taking up the mountain for sunrise. So scrum down here, referee calls time back on. And it's come out there for Parks. Parks just about through. Oh, and he gets a flick in, and Richardson just misses it. Tidied up there by Croswell, though. Gives it back to Stewart, who's dumped to the ground, but gets the ball away. Hands now through Davies. Davies tries. He flies into the opposition, does Lehman. Quick hands here from Parks out to Guildford. Guildford looking for a runner, but he takes it into contact. Pressure coming here from Thames Valley as Verdon Bartlett plays halfback. Sends it out now to Hone Haerewa. He sends it wide out to Mitchell Croswell. Croswell gets it away now to Tawhao Stewart. He steps, takes it to ground though. Pick up here by Epeli Lotawa. He makes a few metres. Croswell playing halfback. Back to Hone Haerewa. He gives it to Pierre Manuel on the inside. Quick hands now out to Bartlett. Bartlett to Guildford. Guildford takes it into contact. They've still got control here. He goes to ground now as it quick hands out to Bartlett. Bartlett to Haerewa. Haerewa with a long pass and it bounces up nicely, but it's over the top of Epeli Lotawa's head. It was a bad pass, but it looked like it was going to bounce nicely. So just a bit of passing, letting the boys down. They're definitely competing with the opposition. Zach Guildford just down in back plate and gets back to his feet. Been heavily involved as Mr. Guildford. 31-15, no change to the score since that try by Lafituanai. Oh, and it's a bad throw there. It's come right over the back. Thames Valley, they've come out to Danny Kays, gets it back infield, and Mo's hitting a big tackle. Pressure coming from Ngāti Pro, but Berridge looking for the ball. Referee's got a penalty though, as the referee just saying, I think there was hands in the ruck against Ngāti Pro. What's Thames Valley going to do here? They've tried scrums whenever. Oh, they caught a shot. There's a concession. They've been pulling scrums off every penalty they've got. And now they're taking the kick, so that's telling you. They've conceded a little bit. They do have the game. They've got a big lead though, 31-15, so we'll take that as a concession. And it's the new man on the park taking the kick, I think, Berridge. I think he's taken over from Crosland. Right out by the 22. Should be pretty straightforward. He might get the sack if he doesn't get it, because the other fella's been doing not too bad. Comes back now. And he might get the sack because it's his first kick and he's missed it. So Ngāti Pro will take that one. While Thames Valley have a rest. While their kicker misses. So we've got John Brown coming on at hooker, I think. Just waiting to see who's getting replaced. I think that's Layman Davies, who's had a good game as the big fella. So we'll probably see Pierre Manuel go to prop. As Chris Richardson about to get us back underway with a 22 restart. Oh, he gets it away to Haerewa. Oh, and it's a little knock on. It's picked up by Berridge now. Thames Valley with overlap here. They send it out wide to Motuliki. He's taken by Benny Haerewa. Quick hands, comes back now to Crosland. Crosland gives it up to McVeary in the midfield. John Brown with his first big tackle there. Berridge looking for the ball. Referee's got a penalty there against Ngāti Pro though, as Crosland will look for a quick tap here. They might have another shot. They had a shot from just about from here the last time. No, they're going to go for a line out. They've had enough rest. Crosland sends it down into the corner, deep down into the corner. Waiting for the touchy to stop. He's stopped about 15 out. Give or take a couple. Full line out here by Thames Valley. I thought they might have pulled a short one. Berridge to throw the ball. I think that's his name, the hooker, replacement hooker. Ramage. Comes out now to Crosland. Crosland across the Case. Case been a strong runner all day. He's taken in the midfield. Mo is there. He's taking it up off the back of the ruck. They're looking to recycle it. Berridge looking for his number 8, Atkins. Axton, sorry, they set it up again. Pressure there from the boys in sky blue. Berridge digging in again. He goes out to the McVeary. McVeary sets it up. About 10 out from the line. Quick hands across to Crosland. Crosland across to McCann. Oh, just a hands there. He stepped through the tackle, did the centre. McCann created an overlap and just a simple draw and pass. And I think that's the number 15, I think. We'll wait for the ground announcer. He had a better view than me. Just seeing who that try scorer was. No, it might be Danny Kays. Danny Kays with a try. That's his second for the day. Strong runner in the midfield. That time there, he found himself out on the wing. That'll push the score out. 36, I think, with the kick to come. Oh no, they didn't sack the kicker. He's back again. He's got a second opportunity from a bit further out. There's Cole Berridge. He's about 5 metres in. Might be a few more from the sideline. He comes in now. He strikes. Does it have the accuracy? It hangs up. Oh, what a beautiful kick. Right out on the sideline. Cole Berridge there with a beautiful sideline conversion. 38-15. And it looks like Lorich, the fullback, has been replaced. There's a quick replacement. I think that's Logan Mitchell that's come on. Becoming a hard day in the office here for the boys in blue now. 31-9. They go short. Adam Ross up again, but it's been knocked on by Axtons. Well, number 8, sorry, Axtons. It'll be a Ngāti Pro East Coast scrum feed. Right on the Thames Valley 10 metre line. As we wait for the scrum to set, Sammy Parks is readying himself, and it looks like John Brown's gone to hooker. Per Emmanuel has dropped to the side of the scrum. Sammy Parks to feed the scrum. 38-15, Thames Valley. Strong lead now. Referee not happy with the set as the scrum goes down. Sun is just pumping here now. So we wait for the scrum to reset. Right on, or just over Thames Valley's 10 metre line. 10 and a bit metres, the scrum. Referee, the weight's gone in before the ball comes, so it's a free kick given. Haerewa takes a free kick, puts a little chip in. Oh, he stopped. Referee tries to milk the penalty. The referee says play on. He puts his famous little chip in. There's a strong run here by McVeary. Skittles a couple of defenders on his way as Crosland puts it up high. Benny Haerewa standing on the 10 metre line, takes it cleanly. He goes for a run. Steps 1, steps 2. Does Haerewa nearly through the middle. It's been plucked off him by the number 18 though. That's Lewis for Thames Valley. Comes out now to Crosland. Crosland, long pass, quick hand. Oh, what a beautiful flick there from Danny Kays. Oh, the passes are sticking as it's back infield to Lafituanai. Up to the number 21 now. That's Mitchell. Berridge having a look at his options. He sends it back to the number 8. Axton's in the midfield. He sets it up. Haerewa looking for the penalty. Referee says play on. Quick hands from Berridge out to Crosland. There's an overlap here as they work it out wide. Big overlap coming. Motuliki down the sideline. Oh, he's going to race away. Thames Valley starting to cut up now. That'll push the score out to 43. The kick to come. Thames Valley there, just able to, huge overlaps, numbers to burn. It'll be another sideline conversion attempt for the halfback Cole Berridge. This one more or less in the same place he was last time. As we count down towards full time here. About 5 minutes to go. Thames Valley just putting on a strong performance today. Showing why they were Meads Cup champions last year. Upset earlier on in the Peastow, first game of the season, and Poverty Bay tipped them over. It looks like Tawhao Stewart is on the sideline. He might be going to get replaced. Could be a couple of changes as Berridge is unsuccessful with that conversion attempt. There is a couple of changes. We're just waiting to try and figure them out. So it looks like William Martin has replaced Verdon Bartlett. Oh no, Tawhao Stewart is back on the paddock. He hasn't come off. I thought he was heading to the sideline. It's Verdon Bartlett that comes off. They send it high again, and it's taken by Rummage, and he loses it. It's been picked up here by Perrin Manuel. Gives it up to John Brown. John Brown charges through a couple of tackles. Takes it to deck just outside the 22. Quick hands from Parks out wide to Martin, who gets his first touch after just getting on the paddock. He crawls towards the 22 line. They set it up though. Comes out now to Ross. Ross fakes the dummy. They try and recycle it here. Sammy Parks digs in for the ball. He goes back to Mitchell Croswell, who throws a no-look pass down the sideline to Martin. Martin takes it to deck. Quick hands here from... Oh, and he's just stepped on the sideline was Perrin Manuel as he tried to flick it back infield. William Martin just got on the paddock. And Thames Valley try and take it quickly. Referee says no. We'll have that again. Counting down to full time here. Thames Valley 43-15. As Rummage about to throw the ball in. Full line out. They look to the middle. It's taken by number 18. That's Lewis. They set up the drive here, Thames Valley. Rummage at the back. It's plucked out by Berridge. He brings it out to Danny Kays. He flies into the defence. They look to pluck it back out through Berridge. He gives it back to Crosland, sitting in the pocket. And he sends it down that far sideline. Takes play up towards the 10-metre line. This one here, about 14 metres inside Thames Valley territory. It'll be a Knights Pro East Coast line-out throw. Short line-out called here by Ngāti Pro. Perrin Manuel. And you wonder why the touchy is standing on the coast side when they... Touchy's spinning all day, Whānau, and Sammy Parks hits it up in the midfield. He got the ball from a bad pass. Goes back out now to Guildford. Guildford takes it into contact, gets the ball away though to Haerewa. Haerewa gets it to Richardson, who just loses the ball forward. It'll be a knock on. You watch, now the touchy will go and stand on the East Coast side when he should have been standing on the Thames Valley side before. Making sure they were offside, or onside. It's a basic mistake there from Anea. He's supposed to be policing the defending team, not the attacking team. It shows you a little bit of bias. Here we go, scrum down. Midfield scrum. About 14 metres inside Thames Valley's side of halfway. It's their feed. Berridge plucks it out now, comes out now to Kays at first receiver. He gives it back to Crosland. Crosland's just inside his 22. He puts it deep. Martin, it's over the back of his head. He gets back there though. He's got Haerewa with him. Haerewa, he steps back infield. He's got Croswell with him. Oh, it's gotten messy. It's been chipped through. Tidied up back there by one of the East Coast players though. Got to get back there on support. Goes deep in the pocket to Guildford. Guildford to look for the sideline, safety of the sideline. He does well. Takes play out towards the 22. It'll be an attacking line-out. Still dangerous here for Ngāti Pro. Thames Valley have shown they love to run it. Rummage to throw the ball. Taken high at the front, down to Berridge. Berridge, and it bounces up nicely for Kay, but the one mistake he's made all day. He's had a strong game there as the second five for Thames Valley. Big runs from the big man in the midfield. And this one here, a midfield defensive scrum for Ngāti Pro. They're just outside their 22. They'll run it. You expect them to run it. They've got nothing to lose. Scrum down. Sammy Parks just waiting for the scrum to set. Big pressure coming from Thames Valley. It's plucked out though. It goes out to Guildford. Guildford has a run himself. He gets nearly through. Gives it to Stewart. Stewart stepping, looking for a runner. He's got Croswell with him. Goes back out now to Sammy Parks. He gives it back to Richardson. Richardson takes it down just shy of the halfway. Parks playing halfback. Comes out to Guildford. Guildford for a runner. He's got Haerewa. Haerewa takes it into contact. They drive over the top of him. Parks looking for the ball. Out to Guildford. Guildford now out to Haerewa. Haerewa stepping. He breaks past one. Gets it away to Anton King. Out to Lotawa. Lotawa steps back infield. Oh, that was around the head. That was high. Got it on camera too. Goes back infield to Adam Ross. Gives it back now to Parksy. Guildford having a look down the sideline. He's got Perrin Manuel with him. Perrin hit in a solid tackle there, but he still gets the ball down. Benny Haerewa having to play halfback. Goes back out now to Sammy Parks. They send it wide out to Guildford. Guildford stepping back infield. The fence was up quickly. He's having to set it up. Counter ruck coming. It's gotten messy. Might have been turned over. No, Benny Haerewa gets in there and Titus. Oh, he's lost it forward. Referee's got a knock on. Some high shots in there by the missed by the touchy. We'll give it to him. There's your full-time whānau. Thames Valley too strong. They come out on top. 43-15 over Ngāti Pro East Coast. Big mihi to our sponsors, of course, the Ngāti Pro Iwi Collective. They send their mihi out to everybody that was involved in last week's special visit. Those of you that love the All Blacks will be switching off now and going to watch the All Blacks. We wish them all the best in their game against Tonga. Back next week for a home game whānau. We're in Tokomaru Bay. And Ngāti Pro East Coast will be taking on King Country. That's my lot. Tēnei te mihi kia koutou, e whakarongo mai nā, e mātakitaki mai nā. Ka kite. There we have it, whānau. Final score there, too strong, 43-15. These touchies are cheats. They are shocking. They are shocking. They are looking at me, giving it to them too. Ka kite.